Hi, this is Philip Ador, founder of NCLEX RN 45-Day Challenge. In this video, I'm going to be talking about hearing loss. Nearly 50 million people in the United States alone have hearing loss. Of these 50 million cases, there's only 3 general classifications that make conditions that can cause each type. Some of these are common, and some of these are not so common. Nonetheless, I want to share with you the 3 classifications of the hearing loss and some potential causes of each type. The first type is sensory neural. Despite what the name says, most of the time it's auditory nerve itself that has a problem. But it's a little tiny hair cells that are inside your hearing organ, otherwise known as your cochlea. These hair cells flex and move when sound comes into the ear. Their movement sends signals through the auditory nerve to the brain, causing you to hear. If these hair cells don't work, you'll have the hearing loss. Some of the most important causes of sensory neural hearing loss are noise exposure and age. And these hair cells sustains a lot of damage from excessive noise exposure. Either from impact sounds like a firecracker or long duration sounds like a motorcycle engine. You could actually sustain a sensory neural hearing loss. The good news is that this type of hearing loss is preventable. Just wear a hearing protection. On the other hand, if age is a culprit, there's a little you can do to prevent this type of hearing loss. Nearly everyone will develop this type of hearing loss if they live long enough. Sensory neural hearing loss is treatable by hearing aids. Sensory neural hearing loss is treatable by hearing aids when the outer hair cells are the ones that are damaged. If too many inner hair cells are damaged, it prevents the proper transmissions of the sound to the brain, and it will limit the hearing of the benefit. Other less common causes of sensory neural hearing loss are sudden hearing losses and acoustic traumas or tumors, but both of which generally occur only on one ear at a time. If you ever experience hearing loss only on one ear, get to your doctor immediately. Suddenly, hearing losses are generally caused by a virus attacking the hair cells of your cochlea that we just talked about. Treatment includes steroids, but successful treatment depends on how quickly it will receive. An acoustic trauma or tumor can also give you a sudden hearing loss, but not always. This is when a tumor is growing on your auditory nerve and blocks sounds from making it to your brain. Obviously, any type of tumor that it involves, it becomes more serious. The second type is conductive hearing loss or mechanical hearing loss. A conductive hearing loss is one that's caused by something preventing the proper transmission of sounds to the cochlea. In this case, there's nothing wrong with your cochlea or auditory nerve, just the sound that can make it from your outer ear all the way to your inner ear. Sounds has to travel through the ear canal, vibrate the eardrums, which causes the ossicles, otherwise known as the hearing bones, to move. And then they move the fluid inside the cochlea to cause the neural impulse. If any link in that chain has a problem doing its job, you'll have the conductive hearing loss. There are many causes of conductive hearing loss. Some of the more common causes are earwax, which blocks the vibrations of the sounds, eardrums with a hole in it, fluid in the eardrums, disconnected auricles, or even fused ossicles. A simple hearing test is able to identify exactly where the problem is. Conductive hearing losses often require medical interventions and sometimes require surgery to correct. The third type is a mixed hearing loss. This is one of the components of a sensory neural hearing loss combined with a conductive hearing loss. This type of hearing loss is not common and it requires multiple treatment.